Let's break down a video that we did for our good friend Prithvi over here. Prithvi is a former national boxer and this was his first ever pro fight and Rojak was there to capture it. So the event was extremely crowded and we knew we had to do run and gun shooting, so we stripped down our setup bare bones. I was on the gimbal with the A6500, I had a microphone on, and I had the 18-105 lens, so it gave me all the range I needed for shooting. Dylan was on the other side of the ring getting more angles and he was shooting handheld with a long lens. So this allowed us to jump around the ring as quickly as possible because we only had 4 rounds and there could be a KO any second. Let's look at this. So right at the beginning, I used the bells in the song to give rapid quick-fire shots of the entire fight. This grabs attention and it sets the mood for the entire video. It's a bit more establishing shots in place. Prithvi is always so intense with his warm-ups, like the entire room just stares at him and just gives him all the attention because he's so violent, he's so focused. Man. Right, this shot right here. This is Prithvi and this is his brother, alright? We were lucky to get this shot. It's always good to get these sort of emotional moments before the fight. It gives a good build up to the fight, sets up a few expectations as well. Right, this shot right here. This is not actually from the first round, this is actually from the start of the second round, but it felt more apt to put it here because it's like two titans going against each other, you know? Now, this entire sequence was so tough to edit. No offense to the other fighter, he was genuinely great, but he took a bit more of a defensive approach, which is not as flashy on the camera. So most of his shots were actually him just receiving punches from Prithvi. So it was a process to scour through all the footage and try and manipulate the clips to put the opponent in a good light as well. So 3 things are going on here. Number 1, the audience is chanting Prithvi's name. Secondly, Prithvi is destroying the opponent. And number 3, there is a beat to the music. There is like a boom, 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 a beat to the music. So I combined all these 3 things together. So within each beat, I added the audience cheering for him. I added a dark flash to increase suspense. And I also added footage where Prithvi was destroying the opponent, basically. Oh man, I was in shock when I first saw this. I was holding the camera, my hands were shaking when I was recording the opponent because his face was starting to bleed, right? And this was the first time I ever saw a man bleeding from getting punched in the face. So I was having a mental barrier as to whether I should continue shooting a bleeding man. But I still did it anyway because content. Right, this final shot had so many issues. Let's break it down. This is the first of the knockout shot. It's shot by me on the ground. Prithvi gives him the cross. What happened here was, if I extend this piece of footage, I basically got way too excited from Prithvi winning the fight that I lost control of the camera. I was waving the camera around and celebrating with the audience that I forgot about the shot. But God bless, Dylan was on the other side of the ring and he got a second angle of the knockout. But then again, because he was on the other side of the ring, the whole angle is flipped. Take a look at this. You see, the cut between our 2 clips is too abrupt. My shot is panning left, whereas Dylan's shot is panning right. In my shot, Prithvi is on the right and the opponent is on the left, whereas in Dylan's shot, Prithvi is on the left and the opponent is on the right. This creates a very abrupt cut that the brain realizes and it destroys the flow of the scene. So how do I solve this? It's very simple. I basically take Dylan's clip and I flip it horizontally. Now Prithvi is on the right and he's on the right in the next shot as well. Creates a better flow of the scene. And because this moment is so short, no one will actually realize that the ref changed positions. Yeah, what a beautiful moment. This was his first pro fight as well. It's September now, surprise surprise, he won that fight as well. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider following and send this video to someone who likes boxing or editing. And if you would like to work with Rojak Media and take your business to the next level, please do consider dropping us a DM at the Rojak Story.